What's up everyone? Welcome back to the Vegan Test Kitchen. Today we're making stir fry, but not just any stir fry. We're making pineapple-cashew quinoa stir fry, along with marinated Asian tofu. So, I hope you're ready. As always, all the ingredients that you need are listed below. Let's get started. Since we're marinating tofu, we're going to press it, so grab a press or do what you need to do. Just press it as long as you want, but you need an extra firm block of tofu. All right, while our tofu is pressing, grab a pot because we're gonna start on our quinoa. Now you wanna grab 1 cup of quinoa. You can do white or red or mixture, or do what I did and just get the tricolor one. You wanna make sure to wash and rinse these unless the bag tells you otherwise. But if you don't wash them, then they could tend to be a little bit more bitter. All right, we're gonna add our quinoa to the pot. Add a cup of pineapple juice, a cup of cold water, and a 1/4 teaspoon of soy sauce. We're gonna put this on a high heat, give it a stir, and cover it. Now we're gonna let this come to a boil and then lower it to a medium-low. Once it's down to a medium-low, cook it for 12 to 14 minutes until most of the liquid's absorbed. Okay, I think our tofu has pressed long enough, so we are going to drain this, and we're gonna cut it. I'm gonna take some creative liberty here and cut them into more bite-sized pieces than the cookbook recommends. Okay, let's mix our marinade. So in this, we have a 1/2 cup of mirin, 2 tablespoons rice wine vinegar, and 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. We're gonna add 3 tablespoons of tamari sauce and 2 teaspoons of Asian chili sauce. And we're also gonna throw in 2 cloves of smashed garlic and 1 inch of chopped ginger. I'm gonna give this a good mix, and we're gonna drop in our tofu. One thing's for sure, I need a new marinating container. Well, I didn't learn the last time. All right, we're gonna cover this, throw it in the fridge for an hour. At the 30-minute mark, flip them. All right, our quinoa is almost there. Most of the liquid has been absorbed, but we want it all to be absorbed, so I'm gonna cook it for another couple minutes. Fun fact! Although we consider quinoa an ancient grain, quinoa is not actually a grain. The part that we eat is a seed, and the plant is actually more closely related to spinach, beets, or chard. There are more than 100 types of quinoa, but the most common are red, white, and black. Quinoa is incredibly resilient and grows in all types of conditions, so if you tend to kill houseplants, grow some quinoa. You might survive. All right, all the liquid has been absorbed, so we're gonna just fluff this a bit. Quinoa looks plumped and slightly translucent, which is what we're going for. All right, we're gonna let this cool for a second. And then we're gonna put this in the fridge because we want cold quinoa when we're making this. So if you wanna make it easier on yourself, make this the day before, refrigerate it overnight. Let's throw it in the fridge. All right, while our quinoa mixture is cooling, we're gonna start on chopping all of our stuff. We're gonna start with a red bell pepper. And you wanna grab a chili pepper. Now, you're supposed to grab a red one. I went to 4 different stores, couldn't find one, so I settled for a green. Then when I looked it up, they're pretty much the same spice level, so I'm not worried. You shouldn't be either. We're gonna slice this into super thin rounds. And we're gonna mince our garlic and ginger. We're gonna thinly slice a couple scallions, 2 tablespoons of chopped mint. Before you forget, set your oven to 400 because we're gonna need to bake our tofu. A 1/2 cup of fresh basil leaves, and we're gonna roll these up. Just make shreds. And don't forget about your pineapple. Just gonna chop this into bite-sized chunks. That is one beautiful cutting board. All right, our tofu is ready to bake. So grab a baking sheet, stick it in the oven. Leave those in there for 20 minutes. While our tofu is in the oven, grab the largest skillet that you can or a wok, because we're gonna lightly toast our cashews. We're gonna put this over a low heat. You want to continuously stir these around, just lightly toasting them for about 4 to 5 minutes. If you could smell that tofu, just want to grab it out of the oven and eat it right now. Okay, we're gonna throw our toasted cashews back in our bowl. All right, it's about time to flip our tofu, so grab that. Ten more minutes. All right, let's put our wok or our skillet on a medium heat, and we're gonna add our peanut oil, scallions, and garlic. All right, now when your garlic starts to sizzle, which it pretty much is, we're going to add the sliced chili pepper and the ginger. We're gonna stir fry this for about 2 minutes. All right, now we're gonna add our bell pepper and our frozen peas, or you can use edamame, but make sure it's cooked. And we're gonna continue to stir fry this for another 3 to 4 minutes. And it just so happens this is the perfect time to turn your oven to broil for the 3 minutes as well. This is gonna make our tofu a little bit more chewier. So we want our peas to be nice and bright green, and our bell pepper to be a bit softened. We got another minute or so. Time to take our tofu out. These look beautiful. I'm just gonna leave those in there with the door open a little bit so they can stay warm. Time to put our basil and our mint in. We're gonna stir this for another minute before we add our pineapple and our quinoa. Grab your quinoa from the fridge. Okay, now before you do anything else, grab your mirin, vegetable stock, and your soy sauce, and we're going to mix this all together. Then we're gonna pour this over our quinoa. All right, we're gonna stir this, make sure everything is thoroughly coated. And we're gonna continue to stir fry this for 10 to 14 minutes. We wanna get it really hot. Now, one thing I did notice is we still have our cashews. Oh, they didn't say when to put them back in, so I guess I'm gonna put them in now. I think we're about done. So let's chop up some lime wedges for garnish. We'll get to eat it. Let's try it. I have to say, you can smell pineapple. There are a lot of flavors in there. A lot of different textures. You can also spice it up a little bit more with some soy sauce if you want. Doesn't really need it though. There's a lot of flavor. Anything with pineapple, it's gonna remind me of like a tropical dish. I'd have to be in the mood for this because it's a little sweet, you know, when you get pineapple, but it is a bit savory too. I would say put the cashews in when I did because they're just like slightly chewy, which is pretty nice. It's good. It's just way different than anything I would ever make. All right, I'm gonna try this tofu. So this is the marinated Asian tofu. Yes, there's a really nice flavor to it. I think these go really good together as well. All right, y'all, if you want something that's South Asian inspired, you gotta make this. It's good, it's different. You gotta be in the mood for it if you don't like sweet and savory stuff. I definitely won't have a problem eating this as leftovers. All right, y'all, I hope you liked what you saw today. If you did, hit a thumbs up. I would love you for it. Make sure to share and comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I will see you all next time. Quinoa is...